process was designed to provide the Commission with everything they needed to know about these proposed projects. Through the applications, requests for additional information, including the equity and financing commitments, the presentations, the site visits, the DCI background investigations, the public hearing, and finally the Commissioner's question and answer period with the applicants. The applicants have had the opportunity to tell the Commission everything about their projects. I would like to thank the applicants for their courtesy throughout the process and in their communication with the staff.
This was done in recognition of the challenges that all business ventures were experiencing in obtaining financing. We also wanted to be assured that all necessary background checks could be completed in a timely manner as the law requires, and that construction would start promptly after a license was granted. Obtaining investor and lender commitments would also be a solid vote of confidence for the financial feasibility of the property. Lyon County clearly met this requirement on a timely basis. As recently as last week, we had not received adequate documentation from either the Wapello or Tama projects. And finally, I also received substantial input from the general public in opposition to the Webster County and Wapello County applications. And these are the major factors that entered into my decision.
Regulatory body. And because of all the rules that we have to follow, the two that I looked at most closely, having been through this process before, were the financial integrity of the projected revenue numbers and the financing of the project itself. To Webster County, I want to say right out, which you've heard quoted, I believe in some newspaper, that the ongoing investigation and the financial contributions to Governor Culver's re-election committee are not a factor in my decision at all for Webster County. My concern in Webster County, which I think that Paul has also addressed, is obviously the cannibalization. It's a very, very much a concern because of Wild Rose, and we do have various numbers from the same group and from other groups as to what that impact would be. But I think that common sense, and when you look at those, will tell you that there is a real concern that the amount of money that Fort Dodge would pull from Wild Rose in a matter of a year or two would most likely put Wild Rose out of business. And I enjoyed the presentation about how the competition will grow the market. It just doesn't seem like that's the case. As Paul pointed out, we have only so many people in the state of Iowa, and it doesn't look like we're growing. And when you're sitting in the middle of the state, it's hard to see how that competition and where it pulls people from. So that being said about Webster County, I would vote no for an application for a license for Webster County.
Iowans have participated in our process. Letters, emails, and studies sent from across the state were read, both for and against casino gambling in Iowa. We are appreciative you expressed your concerns. For the first time in Iowa, cannibalization would be a major issue. The Commission stated that the economy would play a big part in the granting of licenses. We have seen an average loss of revenue at our present casinos of approximately 4% over the last 8 months. 2 studies we commissioned stated that new casinos would cannibalize present casinos in various degrees. While revenues might look good at existing casinos, the reality may be quite different with a new casino nearby. If the legislature meant for every county to have a casino, the law would have stipulated that.
Webster County, in reference to Innovation Group, which is also supported by GBA analysis, in that Webster County casino would cannibalize approximately 50% of its revenues from existing Iowa casinos. A major portion of that loss would come from Emmetsburg and Prairie Meadows, with very little in new gaming demand. Others being Meskwaki, Iowa Waterloo, and Diamond Joe Northwood. One thing I will mention is a great concern of mine that I feel pretty passionate about. And it was apparent that some were not allowed to exercise their freedom of speech, as there were many who were not afforded the opportunity nor compensated to voice their opinion. I oppose granting a license to Webster County. Lyon County.
And viability issues. I would deny the application application on Webster based upon the fact that we have a finite market in Iowa and the impact on wild rose, the city of Emmitsburg, and Palo Alto County. Are there any other comments? I would entertain a motion.
I would move approval to grant a gaming license subject to the conditions, which Jack has in his hands and will read for Lyon County.
The staff conditions for Lyon County Resort and Casino LLC and Lyon County Riverboat Foundation, Inc.
Well, it's been moved to approve the Lyon County application with those conditions. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Then is there a second motion?
I would move that we do not grant a gaming license to Wapello County, Tama County, and Webster County.